Good afternoon to all everywhere. I'm addressing this to the President. To the Chief and Commander, Barack Obama. And to the world. And to the entire nation. I am Elijah the prophet. I am the real Elijah the prophet. Sent here by your Heavenly Father. Now my job is, first of all, is to prove to you all that I am that prophet out of the Holy Bible, out of the book of Malachi. You have a right, some of you, to not to believe. Because so many have came before me, professing to be who they were not. And they was found to be a liar. So I do understand if you don't accept me as being that prophet. But my job is to prove to you all, to the world, that I am back, that God is on the throne, and that He's the God, the same God today as He was yesterday. Now let's clarify something. I am not a modern day prophet. I'm the prophet out of the Old Testament. And I'm here to address this issue to all that's in charge. Mr. President, I told you in the beginning that I called you, not by name, but I called for to be a black president in America. And God Himself established you, Mr. President. Mr. President, you are the 44th president. And no other president before you have ever touched such matters as you have. Now, a certain thing you touch, Mr. President, was an abomination before God. And God is not pleased with it, Mr. President. Even though He called you, He established you to be president, He's not pleased with your action. You see, you can't go and change God's laws, Mr. President. Now, if you think they're not God laws, so in other words, you must have in your mind that the words come from the Holy Bible was not written and sent by God himself. So now, if that portion of the Bible, what I'm speaking on, is not truth, then that means the whole Bible is not true. If that word portion of the Bible is a liar, then that means the whole Bible is a liar. And that also means this, that God does not exist. Because I see how you begin to go in the Bible now, and you begin to choose what's right and what's wrong. Mr. President, you begin to, if you're going to condemn Mr. President and rectify peoples, let's begin at home, Mr. President. Let's clean up America first. Let's go back and sweep some of this dirt, this filth that have been done to American peoples of all races, creed, and color. Let's learn to unite your peoples together here before you begin to bring the world in America, which you have already done. And you didn't consent God. You did it on your own. Mr. President, you did not consent God when you united two males together. You did not consent God, Mr. President, when you united two females together, Mr. President. And that, Mr. President, is an abomination. If God sent these laws through the prophets, Mr. President, in biblical times, and God says, I'm the same God today as I was yesterday, Mr. President, and I'm that God forevermore. Before you get God's blessing upon this land, because God has withdrawn his blessing from it, you're going to have to go back and clean up your action, Mr. President. You're going to have to go back and wipe the slate clean. Because God is not accepting it. And because of this, this is coming from Elijah the prophet's mouth. You will have no peace upon this nation. I'm not speaking about the other nation. I'm speaking about this nation. There will be no peace. Nothing will go right. Even the stock market won't flush right. The homes are not going to be right until you clean up your act. And if you leave office and your work have not been done, then the next president got a problem. Because you're going to hear such of a cry in this land according to my word. that coming from my mouth, you're going to hear such a cry in this land that you will know that I am Elijah the Tishbite, Elijah the prophet. You will know that the Most High God, Jehovah himself, the God of armies, have sent me. You may call him whatever name, Allah. And there's no God but Allah have sent me. No matter what you may call him, you will know that I'm here. I'm here to clean up the act. I'm here to put everything back in order. And don't look at the content of my skin and get confused. I am that prophet that was sent back into the world. Some of you know me as Prophet Austin. Some of you know me as Prophet Randy. It makes no difference what you know me of. God himself said, I was born a prophet. And God himself told me upon the Appalachian Trail, said, I didn't let nothing happen to you then. And I sure ain't gonna let nothing happen to you now. The mighty God have sent me. And I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna do it. I'm gonna turn this world upside down and all around till I get your attention. Today, the book of Malachi, the 4th chapter, have been fulfilled. The prophecy have been fulfilled according to Malachi.